Not too long ago, I made a video called "This Build Gets Nerfed or I Stream in a Catgirl Outfit." Clock is still ticking on that, by the way. Got until Season 21. In that video, I featured a weapon that in the tail end of Season 19 absolutely dominated the PvP meta, the Ikelos SMG V3. Not a lot has changed since that video. While I'd been completely ignoring PvP lately due to all the new Lightfall content and the new raid, the raid race is now over, and Trials is returning tomorrow. TLDR, my tired, sorry butt is going to get dragged back into the land of PvP pretty soon, and I can't imagine much will change. Bungie hasn't yet nerfed Peacekeepers or, more importantly, the Ikelos SMG. Therefore, I very much predict that loadout will continue to melt face with little effort. However, there's a new gun coming. Technically not a spoiler because the information is literally in the game right now. You can hover over it in your collections if you want to. But I have to tell you about this gun because based on what we know about SMGs, when it does drop, it's very easily going to become a meta-defining weapon. I'm talking about the Immortal SMG. Today, I'm going to very quickly explain to you why, if you don't farm for this weapon, you might be missing out. And trust me, I don't like pushing the FOMO angle here, but one quick look at the numbers and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm actually putting this video out today because in case the Immortal drops in Trials tomorrow, I will literally be spending all weekend suffering in order to get a 5 out of 5 god roll. And here's why. The Immortal brings literally everything good to the table that the Ikelos does, plus a little bit extra. It is the orange dragon piccolo version of the Ikelos. Why don't we compare god roll to god roll? With max range options on both weapons, the Immortal has higher range by 1. That is without adept weapon mods, by the way. In order to have a kinda acceptable stability on Ikelos, you'd need to go for a barrel like Hammer Forged Rifling, which brings the range down to 74, but at least keeps stability at a respectable 25. On the Immortal, even with the max range barrel full bore, the stability sits at 28. TLDR, no need to compromise. You can go full range without the stability really getting hurt at all on the Immortal. Ikelos has an aim assist value of 37, the Immortal has a value of 39. Ikelos has an AE value of 13, the Immortal has an AE value of 25, almost double. Ikelos has a recoil direction value of 90, the Immortal has a recoil value of 96, basically eliminating the need to fiddle with the barrel that can affect recoil direction. Number-wise, that should tell you a lot. The only area where Ikelos shines a little brighter is in the handling department, 62 versus a 56 from the Immortal. Now, why don't we talk about perks? Ikelos and Immortal both have a 14 zoom value, which means that IMO Rangefinder is a mandatory perk on both. As mentioned in my original SMG video, you can not use Rangefinder if you want, but take it from me, you're very likely to miss it when it's gone. Remember, zoom affects more than just extra range and damage drop-off. It's also tied together with aim assist drop-off and overall increased accuracy. Only took me a few minutes of experimenting with non-rangefinder Ikelos to make me realize that until Bungie makes big changes to SMG zoom, Rangefinder is the way to go. On the Ikelos, Rangefinder lives in column 4, but on the Immortal, Rangefinder lives in column 3, which is interesting. That means that the Immortal has the ability to roll both Rangefinder and an extra damage dealing perk in column 4, which the Ikelos cannot do. And while the Immortal has some appealing column 4 options, which I'll quickly touch on, you all know what's staring you right in the goddamn face. Kill clip. 25% extra damage output on a gun already this good on paper? Good lord, the destruction is going to be unreal. Again, I'll show you the exact 5 out of 5 roll I'm hunting at the end of the video, but for right now, why don't we touch on other viable column 4 perks you could still be happy with. Target lock. This one I'm going to need to fiddle with a little bit, but there's a chance that it could potentially improve your time to kill by a bee's dick, depending on the resil of the other player as well. But still, could potentially be a fine neutral game roll. I would need to check the numbers to give more info. Maybe I'll make a YouTube short on that if I get an Immortal with that perk. Killing Wind. Not as immediately destructive as Kill Clip, but there's nothing wrong with getting a kill and then becoming even more deadly in the mid-range neutral game. The gun will just feel even better for about 5 seconds without needing to reload, and that's a-okay. Tap the Trigger. For those of you out there on controller, this would be a rock-solid neutral game perk, potentially rivaling the viability of even Kill Clip. If you're looking for a gun that will heavily succeed in 1v1 dueling on console, you should probably go for a Tap the Trigger roll. Demolitionist might be fun, but outside of using young Ahamkar's Spine, which is still godly good by the way, I don't know if I would rock that perk full time. Focused Fury absolutely has potential to compete with Kill Clip, the only downside being the much stricter activation criteria. If you can get that perk to proc consistently though, I would say go for it, but IMO Kill Clip is the far easier option to take advantage of. Finally, you got the brand new Hatchling. That could be fun and kind of a meme if you've got a little Threadling build going on, but if you're playing anything where enemies aren't all huddled together 24/7, could be a waste. And besides, if I'm getting rewarded for getting a kill, I want it to be kill clip. Again, unless I'm maybe trolling the other team a little bit. The only thing Immortal really misses out on is this, dynamic sway reduction. Yeah, it technically is a perk on the gun, you can go for it, but because it competes with rangefinder in the same column, that's going to be a no from me, dog. Really, the only shot Ikelos has at still competing with the Immortal is if dynamic turns out to be way more vital to the SMG loadout than we think. But I kind of feel that dynamic is the icing on an already really good cake, and that kill clip max range Immortal is going to take the meta by storm. If you really want to be a mad lad, the Adept 5 out of 5 roll can actually get to 90 range if you want to throw on an Adept range weapon mod, which, to be honest, I might. I'm telling you, even if you're not a really big Trials player, try to go for the non-Adept version. I'm telling you, it's going to be wildly good. And again, until Bungie decides to tweak aggressive frame SMGs, if they ever decide to, they'll continue to go omega hard in PvP. As promised, here is my personal 5 out of 5 god roll I will be going after. Full bore, ricochet, rangefinder, kill clip with a range masterwork. Other rolls will work great, but that is what I'm hunting. If you've got a different roll in mind, let me know what that is down in the comment section or come by my stream and tell me about it in person. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.